Guys, I have had a blast. Sometimes schools change, and as things change, and you got to move forward and try new things. I like going out and talk. I think these kids are amazing. I think they've accomplished amazing things, and I think there's still amazing things to be accomplished. I'm just going to try a few different routes. So, a gift to my husband is not to come to school at 6:15 in the morning and come home every night between 8 and 8:30, 5 days a week, and on Memorial Day weekend say, I'm sorry you're taking the boat to the river yourself because we're going to rehearse for 8 hours Saturday and 8 hours on Monday. So my gift to my husband is I'm going to take a year off from doing this. I've had a blast and I love you guys. Thank you so much. I think there's a difference between being a teacher and being an educator. If I'm going to really be an educator, I have to live what I teach. I'm not teaching them to play an instrument. They learn how to play an instrument in class. That's a benefit, It's a lifestyle, and my kids know it. I knew that I was going to end Men in Black. It is the end of the ownership of the designer shirt. It is the end of the I am Men in Black. I tell them to bring their uniform on their hanger. No, they have to wear it to school all day. I'm like, goobers. I don't want that thing all sweaty and stinky. I feel better if I just wear it all day. I'm like, whatever. So it's a status symbol because I guess when you think about it, 900 some kids, 10 of them are an MIB. I guess maybe it is. If I were in middle school, I guess that would be a big status symbol to me. I got 22 drummers. Didn't know what exactly to do with them, but the rule is to tame the beast. You've got the rest of the band under control. So I started percussion ensemble. My son was marching with Carolina Crown. One of the guys on the Crown staff turned me on to a group called Roll Off Percussion, which writes very unusual percussion music. I borrowed some of his charts and got this drum line started. We took a piece called Stinking Garbage that Roll Off Percussion wrote. And we played for the Hornets. And once we played for the Hornets, it just exploded. We were the Blue Crew because I could afford to buy T-shirts for all the guys. They were blue T-shirts from Sam's Club. So then the next year when we started getting all these calls to play, they decided they wanted to go a little classier. They wanted dress black pants, black shirts, and we had black satin ties. And we wore dress shoes. Dress shoes and gym floors are really bad. After that, we went to Chuck Taylor tennis shoes. And then we got black dress shirt, and they all wanted their nicknames because they all had nicknames. And that's how we went from Blue Crew to Men in Black. Every kid cannot wait to play the trash cans. The teachers are constantly sending me reprimands for the kids about them beating on the desks. It's like a parent who says, oh, my child's got to be a drummer. They're beating on everything. I always want to tell them, honey, that really doesn't mean they're a drummer. That means they have a behavioral issue, and you need to correct that. I could take anybody, no, probably not, but I could take most anybody that is a good listener, works well with others, is not afraid to try things, and turn them into a good Men in Black member. I don't look for, are you a drummer? I look for how well they read rhythms, how quick they learn, how well they listen. They have to be fairly creative, and they have to work well with others.
No, it's 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. 1, 2, yeah.
Me first?
Yes,
yeah. You ready? Go. Okay, I like that one.
1, 2, 3, 1, 2.
Miss Tobin is great because she never tells a kid no. That is something that nobody does. That's something we can't do that. That's never worked out before, and you see wonderful results.
So I just don't give them limits. There's no edges. There's no borders. There are limits to what, there are rules.
This is a serious audition if you want to make the team.
I never tell a child, this is above your ability level. This is harder than you should be able to play. I never tell them that until they've done it.
You know, people playing on trash cans, playing on desks, playing in black lights, playing pieces no middle school band has ever, or percussion ensemble has ever even attempted to play. That's something that not a lot of directors are willing to do.
Aren't you proud?
Well, she doesn't sleep, ever. She's always writing parts or doing stuff or thinking of ideas or doing really weird things, which is necessary.
I'm not a very good sleeper, so most of my ideas come late or very unusual places. It's really hard when it hits you in the middle of church. And being as ADHD as I am, it's like channel surfing with my mind, but I don't have the ability to turn it off like a TV does. The point of the recycle thing was because we didn't own very many instruments. So I just started hearing sounds everywhere I went, and transferring it into music came very easy for me. So that was an affordable venue to go. Well, it was just fun, and the more fun I was having, the more fun they were having, and you know how that feeds together, and it blossomed into the full thing. So every year, we're going to have one signature piece for that group of kids. They have to write it. They have to do the rhythms. So we decided to do it based on getting into a science lab. Knowing the kids that I had this year, dude, if those kids got into a science lab, all hell would break loose.
Oh gosh, I broke something.
I wrote a piece that my son actually worked with me on. And we called it Ikatsu Mitsusashi, which meant striking water bottles, Ikatsu Mitsusashi. And we found that we could pitch them and use those. They were really fun. And then from Blue Band Group, I stole from them the idea of putting water on top.
Right, at the very beginning, we're going to start with your basic introduction thing.
Roloff did a piece called Diners Club, which is very fun to play. But it's kind of simplistic compared to what our students are able to do. So I could take the concepts that I've already played in a piece called Diners Club and muddy the waters a bit, I guess, and make it a lot more complex.
Thank you.
So whenever you see it on the top line, that's going to be the glass. When you see it here, this is going to be the edge of the plate, the bottom of the plate. This is your table.
Close. This is not settled. 3, 4, 6. 2 E and 3 E and a 4 E, 1 E and a 2 E and 3 E and a side, sit. Thank you.
I allow the kids in my class to make a mistake.
Stop. Isabel, don't you have the G? Yeah. Thank you. That's what it says, and you got to be.
If they can't have the ability to make a mistake in my class, then, you know, I shouldn't be here in the first place. Of all the times you've held the knife and gone, do.
Okay, I had it off.
Once I correct you for a mistake you made, it's fine. Whoa! One person has to give instructions, the rest just need to listen, please. It helps better that way. And I don't want you ever sitting in an audience going, I am so embarrassed my child's involved in this. No. I am a perfectionist. I'm clear down to when you watch me rehearse with them, don't you see me correct little things constantly?
Do it again. 1 and again, same thing, pick up 17. Without the missed notes. And. A, roll now. F sharp, G. And now C, E. Roll E and A. Guys, look at you guys.
Administrator stepped in and said, I got a parent call. This is how I want you to do auditions. I said, okay, I'm done. There'll be no auditions. Men in Black's over. But wait, what? Why? No. You don't pay me for this. The kids do not ask anything of this. You don't buy the supplies. You don't do the music. You don't furnish the music. I buy the music, or I write the music. Almost all the equipment I provide, or my husband and I purchase it, or we get donated, etc. The kids raise the money for it. The school does not put any money into this group. I am paid your regular salary for the day. Do not tell me how to run this group, because it's going very well. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. So no, Men in Black's over. And their next sentence is, oh, okay, if you feel that strongly about it. So yeah, I do. It's exhausting. The first cafe concert was 5 tables from the media center in our multipurpose room, which is kind of a dive, but it was really fun.
Even though you've been preparing for the cafe concert all the entire year, suddenly it's there and you realize that it's actually going to happen in a month, and so your practices just accelerate.
Every Tuesday morning and afternoon, some Thursday afternoons, and every Thursday morning. Recently, we started doing Monday mornings and afternoons and Fridays, and we've been doing all-day rehearsals for the past week.
This was the first group I've ever seen that was so driven to practice on their own as we would get closer to the cafe concert. I think it's awesome that they work like that together.
I'm kind of excited. It's the last one. We're going to go out with a bang.
Yeah, well, there's another key.
Okay, I'll start you guys from up front. Rock and roll.
How do we know you started?
Every kid knows it. Every kid can play it. Everybody's, they always play Stinking Garbage. No, but every year we do play the signature section. It's 8 measures. That's all. And they know it's da 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 da, click 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 click. It's in every single one we play. Signature 1, and there's a signature 2.
And a 1 E, a E, a 3, and a 4 E, and a 1 E, and a.
So there's 15 versions. Man, they nailed us, not us, Stinking Garbage. I kicked them off about what I call 10 clicks faster, or about 10 steps on the metronome faster than I normally would on that piece, which meant you have to let your muscle memory take over. I knew in the back of my mind that if I actually do end this, there's got to be trash cans involved. So I was stockpiling trash cans. Organized chaos is what you call it. It was fun. That was a rush. It was just the joy on their face. That was so cool. And it was hard to let go and to say, oh my gosh, we're done. But to see that those kids, it didn't matter that there was a 12-year-old did it. And it didn't matter that one of them was 22. They didn't care. They were all just, we're playing the trash can. It was fun. It was so fun. It was so fun to see that they could do it. And it was so fun to see that they wanted to do it. Jimmy Watkins, he probably made one of the most effective statements. One of the things that makes you feel better about anything you've ever done. He looks at me and he goes, Ms. Tobin, I got to tell you, I have learned more from you in 4 years than I have learned from any teacher in any of my subjects about things going on and how things work. I said, but Jimmy, I don't teach all that stuff. He goes, oh, but you do, and you don't know it. He said, I mean, how many people can tell me how many people will teach you the properties of science when you're taking band? How many times will I learn, do you know that I couldn't use all those power tools and things that you taught me how to use? I didn't understand that math really is usable if I apply it to this subject. And I didn't understand that I had to have that science to be able to figure out this, to be able to figure out that. And I didn't understand that if I knew that that happened here before, that taught me not to do it again. And that's where my history especially comes in. I said, Jimmy, that's just life. He goes, yeah, but that's what I learned in band.